Today we'll learn design of two-way slab. So here is the diagram in which a two-way slab is shown with short side as 4.92, it's a clear span, and the longer span is 5 meter. The slab is supported by a beam having width 230 mm all along the four sides. See, the notation is shown here, that is for two-way slab. Now the ratio, that is aspect ratio Ly by Lx, is 1.016, which is less than 2, and hence this slab is to be designed as two-way slab. The first step in which we'll consider the design constants. So the materials, basic materials are used here, that is M20 grade of concrete and Fe415 steel. So let's write FCK, which is 20 Newton per mm square, and F5 415 Newton per mm square, for which Q max value is 0.48. In IS code XU max by D values are given. So for Fe500 it is 0.46, for Fe415 it is 0.48. Okay, since we are using Fe415, so let's use 0.48 value. Now RU max, so it's a design constant, and we'll use equation 0.36 FCK into KU max in bracket 1 minus 0.42 KU max. Let's substitute the values, okay, and we have RU max 2.76. okay. So for M20 grade of concrete and Fe415 steel, the design constant KU max is 0.48 and RU max is 2.76. Since in the plan all the edges of this slab, these are discontinuous, okay. Let's find trial depth by using serviceability criteria. So we'll assume PT is equal to 0.3%, okay. On an average, normally 0.3% steel is to be assumed initially. There are two conditions here which are given in IS code for L by D ratio. Okay, so let me open IS code. So I hope this IS code is visible to you. Now these three ratios which are given here, L by D ratio 7, 20 and 26. Now these ratios are related to cantilever slab, simply supported slab and continuous slab. These values can be used for a span up to 10 meter. Now the slab which we are designing, in that one clear span is 4.6 and other is 5 meter. There is one more point which is given in IS code. It is related to two-way slab and two additional values of L by D ratio. Now question is which span is to be used, because there are two spans. So it is clearly mentioned that for slabs spanning in two direction, the shorter of the two spans should be considered. It means we will be considering short span. Second point is for two-way slab of shorter spans, that is up to 3.5 meter, with mild steel reinforcement, the span to overall depth ratio, that means L by capital D ratio. The earlier values 7, 20, 26, these values are considered as L by small d, that means effective depth ratio, okay, and here L by capital D. May generally be assumed to satisfy vertical deflection limits for loading class up to 3 kN per meter square. It means live load up to 3 kN per meter square. Okay, so two conditions are given here. If span is up to 3.5 meter and if loading class is up to 3 kN per meter square, if the slab satisfies both these conditions, then we can use L by capital D ratio as 35 and 40. One more point is given here. If you are using these two values 35 and 40, it is necessary to multiply these values by 0.8 in case of HYSD bars. Okay, so this is the clause. Let's use this clause here. Okay, now this span is more than 3.5 meter. The short span is more than 3.5 meter. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll use L by small d ratio, because you cannot use L by capital D ratio, that is 35 and 40. Okay, so here condition is Lx effective is greater than 3.5 and line load is, though it is less than 3 kN per meter square, but only one condition is satisfied, second condition is not satisfied. Okay, so we'll use L by D 20. Okay, and we'll calculate now modification factor. Now for this modification factor we need to calculate Fs. Okay, so value of Fs here we'll use again IS code, and this is the graph figure number 4 which we have to use. So Fs value which is given at the bottom of this figure, that is 0.458 into Fy into area of the cross section of steel required divided by area of the cross section of steel provided. At present, we don't know how much steel is required and how much is provided. Okay, so we'll consider this ratio as 1. Okay, but we know Fy, so we'll use 0.58 into Fy, that is 415. Fine. Now that value is 240 Newton per mm square. So here total 5 curves are given in this diagram. Okay, so use the curve for 240. Already we have assumed percentage of steel as 0.3. So here this is the vertical line for 0.2. This is the vertical line for 0.3. Okay, so just draw the line. Okay, and the line which cuts this curved line having value Fs is equal to 240. Okay, this point of intersection gives us the modification factor. Okay, so this value is the modification factor which is calculated here, and that modification factor is 1.45. Okay, so substitute these values in the equation of required D, and we got here required D as 177.58. Now it is necessary to consider the effective cover. So for that we'll consider the clear cover. Now for mild exposure condition, clear cover for slab is 20 mm. It is mentioned that if bar diameter up to 12 mm is used for mild exposure condition, clear cover can be reduced by 5 mm. Okay, so hence in this case we can provide 15 mm as the clear cover. Okay, so let's consider overall depth as the required effective depth plus clear cover plus half the bar diameter. Since 15 plus 8 by 2, that gives us effective cover. So total depth is 196.58. Let's round up it to 200 mm. Okay, so for this slab we'll consider overall depth as 200 mm. Let's calculate the effective depth along x direction and effective depth along y direction, and these values are coming as 181 mm and 173 mm. Now dx and dy, what's the difference? So dx is the effective depth for the short span bar, and the long span bar is kept just above the short span bar, and hence half the bar diameter of short span bar and half the bar diameter of long span bar. Okay, that is subtracted. So total 8 mm is subtracted, and we got here dy as 173 mm. Now calculate effective span. So for effective span, again we'll use the clause given in IS code, okay, 22.2, which is related to effective span. So yeah, this is the clause effective span. Okay, so for simply supported beam or slab, the effective span of a member that is not built integrally with its support shall be taken as clear span plus the effective depth of slab or beam or center to center of supports whichever is less. Okay, so the same concept we are using here, and here Lx effective is determined as clear span plus half the width of left support plus half the width of right support, and total is given, and or effective clear span plus effective depth, and whichever is less. So obviously this value 5101 is the minimum value. Okay, and similarly we'll have Ly effective as 5173 mm. Now next step is about load calculations. Now in the load calculations we have to consider a strip of 1 meter width. So in case of slab, the strip which we will be considering for 1 meter width, so here in the dead load, the sulfate is considered as 0.2 into 25. So 0.2 is nothing but it's a 200 mm thickness. So in meter it is 0.2, and 25 is the unit weight of concrete. So we are getting here 5 kN per meter square. Later on we'll consider this 1 meter strip, okay, and we'll convert this area load into a line load, okay, or UDL. Floor finish, if it is not given, we can assume it as 1 kN per meter square. And live load, since it is a residential structure, and live load as per IS 875 part 2 is considered as 2 kN per meter square. So we'll calculate total load as 5 plus 1 plus 2, okay, that is total 8 kN per meter square. And since it is a strip of 1 meter width is considered, so we got here 8 kN per meter square to 8 kN per meter, and ultimate load multiplied by 1.5, so we got here 12 kN per meter. Now after loading calculation, it is necessary to calculate moments. Since it's a two-way slab, so we have to calculate two moments. One is along x direction and second one is along y direction. So for that we need aspect ratio. So we'll consider beta as the aspect ratio, which is nothing but the ratio of long span to the short span. So Ly effective divided by Lx effective, in the previous step already we have calculated the effective spans, and the aspect ratio is coming as 1.01. Now here we need to refer the coefficients which are given in IS code. So which coefficients? These coefficients are given on page number 91. Let's move to these coefficients. Yes, here. Now these coefficients are for middle strip. What is middle strip and eighth strip? So in this diagram, figure number 25, you will understand when we consider this direction, LX direction. Okay, so along LX direction, the parallel to that eighth strip is having width of Ly by 8 on both the sides. Okay, so that means middle strip is 3 by 4 Ly. Similarly, when you consider span Lx, okay, so parallel to that eighth strip is having width Lx by 8 on both sides. Okay, so for two-way slab, along both directions, we have to consider the middle strip as well as eighth strip, and the eighth strip is having width Lx by 8 or Ly by 8 according to the direction. Now these coefficients which are given in table number 26, these coefficients are for middle strip. Now here the column number 3 to column number 10, all these columns are according to aspect ratio. Now we got aspect ratio 1.01, that means we are going to refer column number 3. Now already all four edges are discontinuous. So for discontinuous, we need to use last case, that is case number 9, four edges discontinuous. Okay. Now when four edges are discontinuous, for first aspect ratio, the value is given as 0.056. Now all these values from column number 3 to 10, these are given for alpha x. See, at the top this alpha x is given, and column number 11 that gives us value of alpha y. So variation is only for alpha x and alpha y values. These are not dependent on aspect ratio. Okay, so we'll use this last row of this table. Now once you get the coefficients from this table, we need to calculate bending moment by using these two equations. So mx is equal to alpha x into w lx square, and my is equal to alpha y into w into lx square. Important point here, you need to remember that in both the equations, it is span along x direction is considered. So Lx square, okay, this is not printing mistake, okay, it is Lx square. So coefficients are in terms of short span. So that's why in both the equations Lx square is used. Well, now since we are designing this at ultimate condition, so we'll use this notation, we'll change this notation from mx to mux, similarly here w to wu, okay, similarly my to muy, and accordingly here the coefficients are calculated. So alpha x we got here 0.0568 and alpha y we got here 0.056. Okay, so this is the equation. Little bit modification is done in the notation mux and muy. Substitute the values and we got here x direction moment as 17.73 and y direction moment as 17.48 kilonewton meter. Now next step is we need to check this depth from bending moment consideration. So when you consider bending moment consideration, so obviously Ru max BD square that is equal to mu. This is the main equation. So we'll just rewrite this equation according to this equation. So required D is equal to mux divided by Ru max into B. Now we are getting 80 mm as the required depth. Already we have provided the effective depth as 181 and that is safe. Now next step is we need to calculate area of main reinforcement. So area of main reinforcement along x direction and along y direction, that means along short span and along long span, both we need to calculate. So this is the first equation in which notation is written as ast suffix x, that means along x direction bar, the area of x direction bar. So here we'll substitute the values. So fck is 20 Newton per mm square. Okay, so 0.5 fck, we'll substitute the values. Okay, and then fy, that is 4 on 5. Then mux that we'll consider as 17.73 and we got here 280 mm square. Okay, ast minimum that is 240 mm square. Now we have to check here that whatever the ast we got, if this value is less than ast minimum, then obviously we need to provide ast minimum. Okay, otherwise whatever we have obtained, if it is that higher than ast minimum, then continue with ast minimum. So remember whichever is max that we have to use for the calculation of spacing. The similar calculation is for ast along y direction. Okay, only important thing you have to remember here, in this equation we have used effective depth as dx. Okay, when you are using moment muy, and when mux, and when you are using moment muy, you have to use this depth as dy. Okay, that is the important point. Now here we got 290 mm square and which is greater than ast minimum. So we'll use 290 mm square for the further calculation of spacing.